Hello, here's me, Nick again, and right now I'm going to make a preview of Stormer from the second wave of the Brain Attack series. As you may know, these are models of based on the original, on the official models which are coming up, which I make with my own parts. So I'll start with showing you this one. So with this one, the parts that I wasn't able to collect from my own collection of parts were the two spike or icicle or fur like add-ons on these for these armor shells, and I actually needed 3 of these things. Put one here, but I only had 2, and those were also in different colors. And of course the mask, which is how do you call it? Exclusive to the set. So I'll start right away with the inventory of the parts and the vault. So you start with well, first I want to say this. I'm very disappointed to how large the model is. It's very small, this one. It doesn't even have the normal sized legs for a big set. It's just like, well, it's just too small. It has a lot of stuff to make up for that, of course. But also the armor, it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller with every series. I mean, just compare Inferno XL with Stormer XL and compare the small Brain Attack heroes with the Breakout heroes. But this one also is getting smaller, but it has a lots of different stuff to make up for that, like I said earlier. So I'm not really massively disappointed. We start with a white 2.0 hero feet. Then that's attached to a ball joint bone in dark gray with 1 pinhole. On that we put an 5 long armor shell in white. On that we put a bone piece from a hinge joint bone piece in black. With on that a 4 long armor shell, and I used transparent green, but it has to be transparent blue, and I think it will be the lighter color blue. I'm almost sure of it. The narrow torso is used. That's kind of strange as it is a big set, but they just did that. And, silver Brain Attack torso armor, a white hero core on it. Then 4 Extra Force arms, they need to be white. I used red because I didn't have them in white. Then we need to put on silver band spikes. On that we put the head. I think it will be a dark green transparent head, like the others, which aren't XL. Only Inferno XL has another color, his signature color. The visor will be printed, and it will also be transparent blue, just like some armor shells in the flick missiles. So that's awesome. Every set which is bigger than a small set will use a printed visor. So those are Surge, Stormer and Inferno XL. And then of course this normal mask, his face, his helmet. What I forgot to say is that I make them like they will be in when they come out, and so I also need to use exactly the right amount of parts. And if you want to count it by yourself, the amount of parts will be 69 for this one. And I also used 69 parts if you count these add-ons, the mask and this part, maybe some other stuff with it. Then you will, then it will have the right amount of parts. So you can see there will be no other way to build it than this way I've done. Then on the back we put these pin axles in blue. On that we put these axle holes with two long pins on it, and on that we put a silver 2.0 weapon base, multifunctional eye shield. On that we put these technic parts, 1, 2, 3, the 1, the 5 and the 1 again. Those are the technic parts with pinholes and axle holes. They are connected by these red two long axles. And then we have flick missiles, just a normal flick missile base, with on that a round stud, and on that a round stud with the studs not on top technique, without the extra stud to connect something else. So it's a flat missile from the front. So it's not aerodynamic. I really don't like that those missiles aren't really aerodynamic. This is just flat. They will make just a pointy thing on here. They will go farther, I think, and faster. So these are 3 parts for the flick missiles. I'll get it apart for you first. Got. Yeah. So these parts. I'm not sure. This one is the one with the stud, the small round piece with the stud. This one without the stud. And these need to be in transparent light blue. And then the base, the flick missile base, needs to be light gray. And all these technic parts need to be black, like they are right now. So that's everything what's symmetrical. Then we go to the shoulders. Hinge joint bone pieces in dark gray with 3 long armor shells on them. And on those there need to be those add-ons I told you about, those fur icicle add-ons. On this side on both sides we put ball joint bone piece with in the color black without pinholes, and then white hands, white normal 2.0 hands. On this side we put this we put this 4 long armor shell in transparent light blue, and then on the hand we put a 2 long red axle and a weapon base. It needs use my mouse so I can watch the picture on the laptop to see if I am telling you the right colors, so I won't make it. Yes, this weapon base, this lift arm from the Brain Attack series, needs to be a gunmetal gray like it is now. Then on that we put these technic parts where you can put an axle half away from the original axle hole. You may know about these things. They need to be light gray, like this thing is now, and then on those we need to put 2 of these spike things, these large spikes, which can also be mange from a lion or a beak from a bird or whatever, and I think they need to represent something like icicles now, in white, and also one on the lower part of the hand. It needs to be the thing it's used to attaching. This is kinda annoying. When you put the picture down, the flick missiles will come out. But I didn't have enough parts to make I didn't have 3 of these things, but this is a bit how long it will be, and it's a bit long, but if you just imagine that those need to represent icicles, I think it's the right length. Just an icicle on the lower part, so we can you can also attack with that, like this. Then a normal blade, a normal sword from the Brain Attack in silver. And on this side, we don't just put a weapon in hand, but we put it on the lower arm instead of the armor that could have been here. We put on a socket joint. On this axle from the socket joint we put on a too long axle in red, and on here we put on these new shield pieces from Brain Attack, which are also used by Furno XL. And then here we put these new 2 axle 45 degrees, 2 axles in 45 degrees around a pinhole. That part, and I guess it was just dark gray. Yeah, I'm not really sure about this. Yeah, I think it just needs to be the dark gray like it is now. On that we need to put this piece, but instead of the fire it needs to be snow or ice like some sort of ice beam coming from this part of the shield. And then the back part is white. What now is the part that's now red needs to be white. The part that's now yellow needs to be blue, light blue. So now you know how to build it. How to build it and what parts it uses. Now I'll give you a quick opinion about it. So like I said before, it is really small. It's just a little bit bigger. Well, it's actually one. The legs are, the whole thing is one pinhole taller than the smaller sets. Then the thing that the bigger heroes use in the Brain Attack series, Surge and Stormer, they have a multifunctional eye shield on the back. Out of those there are always pins on which something connects. On Stormer those are flick missiles. I think that was a good choice. They didn't look at as awesome the base. How they are held onto his back didn't look at as awesome in the pictures, but now that I actually have it in front of me, it does look good. It looks like some two mechanic arms on which missiles are attached, and it looks okay. I think they also look a bit armored, like these are hoses or tubes or strong things. They look armored. They are not skinny. They are not axles. They are actually thick. Okay. A robotic arm. You can also put them down, but why would you do that? It's a little bit of a shame that they didn't go for the China chi crystals as flick missiles. What they did first, but. These look okay too. I'm not really a fan of something this simple, but they are okay. They are not something bad. Then the head looks good for what I've seen. Nice to have a print again. The legs also look good. I first thought that I think I would more have liked it if they would have put these things here. Because it's a little open here. This space is now a little open, and just to close in here. I don't really like that. They could have been put on the front, but they do look good now. They're not. It's not ugly, but it's just something I would have done different, not better, but just different. So, I'm not going to complain about that. Then this shield is just awesome. I mean, it's not original. It's just the half of a shield from Furno, but it's just perfectly like it's made for this. Just this shield, flat shield, you can easily put in front of yourself, and then out of here there comes some snow, some ice beam, ice ray that freezes your target, and that looks really awesome. Now Stormer really got a freezing weapon, and also a nice shield for him. I mean, a normal round shield won't have fit Stormer, so This one looks better on him. And also this shield is used as wings by Surge. It's nothing of importance for this, but I just want to tell you that. The sword is nice. It's kind of awesome to have icicles all around it, and it also looks like a real sword with this. It's like a really stylized, awesome sword, and they did a good job with using these new parts into one of the Hero Factory sets. And yeah, those really fit Stormer because they look like icicles, and around the sword like this is good, I think. I still haven't ever seen 3 of them making the sword, but I think this sword looks good. The sword is okay. It's not very original, not a new piece, but well, they're okay. Then for what about new parts? Well, it only has these add-ons for the shoulders and his mask, and the add-ons are used by a lot of sets, so the only thing you really got new is his mask. And so you don't really get new things. You get a lot of new stuff in new colors and a lot of new balding ideas, but well, there could have been more new parts for mock making and stuff like that, because this is just rubbish. I mean, in the whole Brain Attack series, in the whole second wave, there's like nothing new except of the masks and some parts which are used by a lot of them, and also by the Chamber Construction figures. So I would have appreciated more parts, but they did make good models. They could have been a little bigger and a little more armored, but being a bit skinny and athletic and limber does fit Stormer. I mean, he's not the big bulky boss, he's just the tactical serious leader which is good at fighting, so it does fit him. I mean, it's bulky who has to be bulky. Not that bulk is actually bulky, bulk has also become skinny. Yeah, I'm really these Hero Factory Brain Attack sets are really lacking a lot of bulk, a lot of new parts, and they could have been done better, but still I like this model. I think it's like the best Stormer until now. Like I said, a bit bigger and bulkier shouldn't have hurt it, but this looks okay too, so that is my final thought of Stormer from the Brain Attack series. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon with other stuff. Don't forget to subscribe, and also if you like the video, don't forget to like the video, of course. And well, bye. That's it. Bye.